Hello students, welcome back to my channel AV Samarpan, a journey of life science. Myself Vikash. In this video, we shall discuss about the next topic of the chapter 1, nutrition in plants, class 7. So, we have discussed in last video about the autotrophic mode of nutrition and photosynthesis in plants. In this video, we shall discuss about the heterotrophic and other modes of nutrition in plants. So let's come to know what is the meaning of heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition. As heterotrophic is made by two words. The first one is hetero. Hetero means other. And the second one is tophos, means nourishment. Nourishment. So, the meaning of heterotrophic nutrition is the mode of nutrition in which organisms are unable to make their own food and depend for their food on other organisms. So, except plants, all the organisms are heterotrophic organisms, like that of human beings, like that of other animals. They depend on plants directly or indirectly. That means heterotrophic organisms depend on plants, as they are directly dependent or indirectly dependent. Directly dependent like that of herbivores, and indirectly dependent like that of carnivores. So heterotrophic or heterotrophs, the organism which follow this type of nutrition known as heterotrophs. Heterotrophs. Heterotrophs are also called consumer, as they consume the food made by autotrophs, autotrophs. Okay, so that the next topic, that means mode of heterotrophic nutrition, is of different types. So let's come to know about that. The first mode is parasitic mode of nutrition. Parasitic mode of nutrition. Parasitic mode of nutrition is the mode in which one organism depend on other organism for food and shelter of other species. So in this mode, as para means other, that means one organism of other species dependent on the organism of other species for their food and shelter. The organism which provide food and shelter to that of organism known as host. Host provide food, and the other which takes food known as parasite. Takes food and shelter. Not always shelter, but food always. So the best example in case of plant is cuscuta. That is cuscuta. It is a yellowish cylindrical shaped structure that is wiry in structure, and possibly you have seen this structure on other plants as they suck the nutrients from the other plants. Cuscuta is also called in Hindi amar bel. It is yellowish cylindrical wiry like structure. So other animal parasites are like that of mosquito, like that of lice, like that of uh, some others, like that of uh, protozoasums. Okay, so the next one is, come to the next, that is the mode of nutrition, saprotrophic nutrition. Saprotrophic nutrition. This is very different type of nutrition, as the organism which depend on dead and decay matter for their food is known as saprotrophs, and the organism which represent that type of nutrition known as saprotrophic nutrition. Okay, so saprotrophic nutrition depend on dead and decay matter and helps in the removing or reduce the waste product, waste organic materials present on the earth and mix the nutrient in the soil. The example of it is mushrooms. You have seen sometimes an umbrella like structures grows on the wooden or cow dung or other places where wet and warm climate is present. You have also seen the very minute thread like structures, greenish structures or whitish patches on the bread which is expired. So what happens and why it grows? Bread molds, mushrooms and bread molds. Okay. So the spores of the saprotrophs, exactly saprotrophic nutrition is represented by fungi. The spores of fungi present in everywhere, and when it land on the surface of the organic material which is dead or remains or as waste, and it get or the favorable conditions like that of a wet climate or warm climate is get by it starts to germinate and spread all over that place. So the other mode of nutrition, that means heterotrophic nutrition. Let's come. One is very special type of nutrition, that is insectivorous. There are some plants insectivorous. Insectivorous are the plants which are green, but they trap insect or eat insect for fulfilling the requirements. So if they are green and they are able to process the photosynthesis, why they trap insects? Insect eating plants are known as insectivores or insectivorous, and that type of nutrition is known as insectivorous nutrition. So why they trap? This type of plants grow in that area where the amount of nitrogen is very less in the soil, so that for fulfilling the requirement of nitrogen they trap the insect, as nitrogen is very important for the formation of protein, and protein helps in the formation of structure of our body, so that they trap. The very special examples of it, pitcher plant and sundew. Pitcher plant and sundew. A very special structure of pitcher plant, that is, it is like that of vessels, like that of a very special structure, and a cap is present or lid is present on the top of it, like that, in this way, in this way. This is exactly, this is the modification of leaf. This is the modification of leaf. In this plant, leaf is modified to form a very special structure that attract the insect. When insect attract and land on that place, it is very attractive, and hairy like structures are present inside it, which is in downwards position. When insect inside move inside it, it trapped by the plant. It is trapped by the plant. And after that, the enzymes which is present inside it digest the insect and absorb the nutrients from it. Okay. These are the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So, the next topic of this chapter we shall discuss very fast. That is the replenishment of nutrients in the soil. Replenishment of nutrients. One mode of nutrition is also left. So let me explain first. That is the symbiotic relation or symbiosis or symbiosis. Okay. This type of mode of nutrition in which two different species or two organisms of different species lives mutually together and share food and shelter. So in this way, the best example of it is lichen. Lichen is a group that is made by alga and fungi. As alga is green in structure, they are able to process the photosynthesis, but they are unable to get the useful materials for photosynthesis. Fungi are non-green and they are unable to make the food. They live together and form a lichen. In this way, it forms the food and share with fungi, and it provides, that means fungi provides the nutrients or useful materials for the processing. Okay, so that this is a very special type of relation. Also, this type of relation, that means symbiotic relation, is seen in case of leguminous crop and rhizobium, that means bacteria. We shall discuss in next topic, which I have started that time. So sorry for that, and come to the next point, that is replenishment of nutrients. Replenishment of nutrients in the soil. As plants get the nutrients from the soil with the help of root, also it gets the water from the soil. So when plant is grown continuously on the soil, it absorb more and more nutrients from the soil. So the amount of soil is reduced, amount of nutrients is reduced in the soil. So we have seen farmers use manures and fertilizers. So it is very important to replenish the nutrients as it is important for the growth of the plant. So replenishment is done by two processes. The first one is artificial and the second one is natural. In case of artificial, in case of artificial, farmers use manures and fertilizers. Fertilizers are artificial things that is made in factories and very richly contains the amount of nutrients like that of nitrogen, phosphorus and others. Also manures is prepared in the land or field and is also important for the useful for the plants. So it helps in the growth or improvement in the fertility of the soil, that helps in the growth of the plant. So that farmers use manure and fertilizers. So the second one is natural. Natural process is very different because in this case we use or we grow the leguminous crop. Leguminous crop is pulses like plants, like that of bean, like that of moong, like that of gram. So the root nodule of this type of plants contain a very special bacteria, that is rhizobium. Rhizobium bacteria. Rhizobium bacteria performs a symbiosis relation. In this case, rhizobium is unable to make food and it converts the atmospheric nitrogen, as plants is unable to convert or trap the direct nitrogen from the atmosphere. So rhizobium trap the atmospheric nitrogen and convert it into useful form, so that utilized by the plant. And for that, plants provide the food to rhizobium bacteria, and it represents the very special symbiosis relation, and it helps in the replenishment of nutrients. The farmers always use this type of method to replenish the soil. So I hope you have learned something from this video. We shall meet in next video with next solutions of this chapter or NCERT or S.Chand. So the homework for you is write a short note on symbiosis relation and replenishment of nutrients in the soil. Okay, short note on symbiosis relation and replenishment of nutrients. Thanks to watch this video. We shall meet in next video. And one special, very important, don't forget to subscribe, share and like my channel. Thank you.